What's up, everybody? Rissa Vibes here, aka Readings by Rissa. So excited to connect with you. I know y'all are joining in. Thanks for joining me today. Thanks for showing up to this beautiful reading. We show up here every Sunday at 1:11 p.m. Central Time. So excited to connect with you all and be able to provide a new weekly reading for you for the week of 3/24 to 3/31. And if you aren't watching live, that's okay, because it's going to be up forever. So you can watch it anytime that you want, anytime that is convenient for you. So allow yourself to share it with others, to pause the video when you need to, take notes on your readings too that I do, the things that I talk about. It's always nice to take notes so that you can feel into how the energy is flowing throughout the week and how it's actually manifesting in your week, so that you really understand and know how to navigate it. And then sharing it. Sharing the reading is great because it allows us to share this energy of light and love and the connection with the energy of each week with others who need it, who may not be as tapped in as we are to this kind of stuff, but who need that guidance. And some people don't even know they need the guidance until, you know, you're talking to them about something and they're like, I'm feeling really weird. I don't know why I'm feeling all this energy. And you're like, actually, I know exactly why you're feeling it. Watch this video and you'll understand. So that's what we do. We want to spread that divine intelligence. Remember, that was the card for the month of March for the 2019 annual card reading that I did at the beginning of the year. So March was divine intelligence. We're feeling into our divine intelligence all throughout March, and we're entering the last week of March now with this week coming up, and we're allowing our divine intelligence to fully settle into ourselves and to really start embodying that divine intelligence. And that's what we're going to be doing throughout this week, and among other things. But before I get into this week, I want to talk a little bit about last week. Let's review the cards for last week just to get a little idea of what we just walked out of energetically and what we're walking into. So last week we had the cards Dream and Retreat. We had the cards Dream and Retreat for the beginning of the week, so we were really tapping into our dreams, not just our actual dreams that we have at night when we're sleeping, but also our dreams and our ambitions and our goals for the future. So we were feeling into that energy. I did an IGTV video on my Instagram at Readings by Rissa about dreams at the beginning of the week, and talking about kind of both aspects, not just the dreams in your dream state, but also your dreams and ambitions, and how we can get more attuned to those dreams. And we also felt into retreat, needing to rest and really relax ourselves after such a crazy bit of energy over the last few weeks. And so allowing ourselves to really settle in before we got into this week was what we were doing. So we had a ton of energy in the middle of the week after this Dream and Retreat last week. We had the spring equinox energy. We also had the full moon in Libra. And so all of that energy combined, we were able to feel into our ability to believe in ourselves. And that was what the middle of the week card was last week, was belief in ourselves. So we used all that energy and all that transformative energy that we felt into last week to help us believe in ourselves. And then the last card of last week was Miracles of Isis. It was the impossible is possible. That was the mantra for that card, allowing ourselves to really feel capable of things that we never felt capable of before, things that we may have been dragging our feet to do. We finally felt like we could do it. We also felt into a lot of sensuality energy over this weekend and the end of this week. So if you feel a little bit of that sensual intimacy, romance energy, know that we're also going to be moving into that more this week. And so that's kind of what we left off with, was that sense of the impossible is possible, and also feeling into more intimate connections. So let's talk about this week. This week is 3/24 to 3/21, the last week of March, the last week of our divine intelligence influence from that annual reading of 2019 that I did in the beginning of the year. So we're feeling into all of the ways that we can feel into divinely intelligent. I want to start off with the spirit messages that I got for this week. So let's start there. Like I said, we're keeping sensuality alive. We're feeling into all of the bliss and the romance and the intimacy, not just with others and our romance and relationships, but also with ourselves, finding ways to be sexy with ourselves, finding ways to feel confident and beautiful and to elaborate in that beauty and confidence and sensuality. This also has charm attached to it, this sense of being charming. This can help with social interactions, business interactions, networking, allowing yourself to get into the right place at the right time and pitch your project or pitch your product or yourself to certain things that you've been wanting to dive into more. So this is a great energy for that this week. We are also going to be feeling more of our communication becoming more fluid again this week because the Mercury retrograde ends this week. So on the 28th of March, this upcoming Thursday, Mercury retrograde will go back direct, and we won't have that sense of technology issues that we've been having over the past couple of weeks. We won't be having any more of the miscommunication or misunderstandings that we've been having. We won't have any of the sense of confusion or uncertainty or the sense of being stuck or feeling in between worlds. All of that's going to kind of clear away. And remember, the Mercury retrograde is here to tell us and teach us something. So whatever you experienced during this retrograde or whatever you may still be experiencing this week during it, allow yourself to be wise and to use your divine intelligence of what Mercury retrograde represents to help you really navigate the energy that you've been finding through this Mercury retrograde. So if you've been having issues with communicating your feelings or thoughts to people during this Mercury retrograde, allow yourself to notice where the discrepancies were, where things got off balance, where things got misunderstood, so that you can use that as wisdom and divine intelligence to prevent those kinds of mishaps later in the future. That's why Mercury retrograde comes to us in that way, to teach us about what we need to be doing better for our communication and in our relationships as well. So super important. Hi everyone, I'm saying hi to all of you that are saying hi to me. Thanks for saying hi. All right, also misunderstandings begin to clear up with that Mercury retrograde releasing on the 28th. So we can all get ready for that. We can all feel into the sense of ability to communicate better our truth and our ability to feel into our truth and not to feel hesitant or resistant to our truth or have people resistant to our truth as well. So we've really stepped fully into that energy of communication with the Mercury retrograde, and we're going to finally feel the bliss of the communication and the evolution of our communication ability once that retrograde goes away. How does it affect us when we are air signs? EM Vector. The Mercury retrograde affects air signs in a lot of different ways. It usually affects us in our consciousness. So usually, because I'm an air sign too, I'm a Gemini. So usually Mercury retrograde affects kind of our certainty. It has us doubt a lot of things. It has us kind of second guess ourselves and our intuition. It also has us second guess others and wonder their intentions, wonder if they're really being honest with ourselves, with us as well. So there's kind of this sense of skepticism and uncertainty with air signs for the Mercury retrograde, okay? I just felt like answering that question because I got a chance to see it real quick. Because sometimes these little things, they fly away and I don't know how to get them back. So thank you for asking that. All right, so a couple other spirit messages that I got for this week coming up, okay? Charm and grace in interactions come easy to us. And I talked about being charming with that sensuality energy that we just left off from last week, but we're also feeling into a grace with that charm moving into this week coming up. We're going to feel more kind of fluidity and ability to feel brave enough and confident enough to reach out to certain people that we normally wouldn't about opportunities we need or resources we need or help we need from them, and we find charming ways to communicate that and graceful ways to communicate it. We're also going to be more charming and graceful in our relationships as well by being more communicative with our feelings, by being able to eloquently express ourselves, really having a sense of reawakening our communication with our emotional body. So communicating our emotional body in a charming, graceful way. We're also going to feel less triggered from what triggered us before. This is a big one. This was a big message that I got recently about this week coming up, is that we're going to be less triggered. If you notice how triggered you are in certain situations, if somebody says something to you a certain way, or somebody says a certain thing to you or does a certain thing and you just instantly get irate and you just see red and you can't think straight and you just react without thinking and you hurt them in some way, maybe not physically, but emotionally or verbally, you create kind of that tension, and that's from a trigger. That's from something else that's happened to you in the past traumatically that has caused you to assume that when that person, that new person, does that similar thing or does something that kind of resembles it, that they are also now just as much of a threat as the other person who caused that trauma to you in the past. So that's what a trigger is essentially. And it can be a trigger of a person, it can be a trigger of a thing or a circumstance or an environment, but we're releasing the triggers this week. We're allowing ourselves to feel into more confidence and more ability to reflect on ourselves in situations and to think before we speak and to really reflect on what we want to say and how we want to say something. Remember that charm and that grace before we actually react. So we're reacting for the sake of being understood versus reacting to defend or protect ourselves from attack. So that's really going to be a beautiful thing to enter this week and allow ourselves to feel a lot of healing from, because when we start to live triggerless lives, then we also start to live more abundant and prosperous and positive lives, because we have the ability to not be hurt or pulled back into our trauma or criticized or self-deprecated in a way. So we're really clearing away any of that pain and trauma from being triggered. So notice that. Notice if you have triggers specifically throughout the week. Notice when you're triggered. Write your triggers down. It's so important to write your triggers down. I get triggered when this person does this. I get triggered when this happens to me. I get triggered into negative thoughts when I see this. That's so important. A lot of us have similar triggers. A lot of us are triggered by violence and media, news. When we watch the news, we instantly are triggered into negative thoughts of fear and violence and worry and stress. That's a universal trigger, and most people know that that's a trigger, but they still watch the news. They still watch those violent programming. They still do those things. But if you were to write down how those things are affecting you and how you notice them, it's going to give you more motivation and incentive to stop entertaining those triggers, especially the ones that you're in charge of and in control of, like watching the news or television or things like that that aren't serving you. So notice your triggers, notice your self-induced triggers, and notice how you can navigate and avoid them this week, because that's going to happen naturally. But if you can have an additional deliberation with that, then you'll be able to really feel some amazing evolving from that. All right, also, let's see. New courage and passion to believe in ourselves comes with this week as well. And that really is a kind of a result of last week's energy with that card believe in the middle of the week. So we are going to be feeling a lot more courage and passion to move forward, a lot more energy to really motivate ourselves to manifest what we desire. We're going to feel more capable this week. Remember that card last week, the Miracle of Isis, the impossible is possible. We're now stepping into that. That was just an idea last week. Now we're really stepping into it this week by feeling that sense of capability, courage, and passion for what we want to bring in. And we're adapting. We're adapting in positive ways. But no super chats. I don't know what super chats are, Phil, but if you comment below, I'll try to figure out how to do that. But I don't know what super chats are. We're feeling into adapting in positive ways, okay? So we're feeling into the new energy that we just entered from the spring equinox and the full moon in Libra. We also started Aries season this week. So moving into that, this last week, we started Aries. So on the 21st, Aries season started. Same with equinox, same with the full moon. So we're moving out of that shift of energy and we're adapting to this energy in a positive way. We're feeling more capable. We're feeling more confident. We're feeling more excited for the new beginnings and the new energy that came from the spring equinox and that full moon and the Aries season. We're feeling the fire of the Aries lighting us up and getting us excited to move forward. Super chats where I can donate money for you. Oh, you know what? The donation, so the super chat thing is only if I have a certain amount of subscribers, which I do not have enough subscribers for that yet. I wish I did, because that would be awesome. But I think you need like 100,000 subscribers or 15,000 subscribers. I don't even know. It's like a lot. So share my videos and we'll get more subscribers, and then I'll have that super chat capability. But if you want to donate, I do post on every single reading a link for donation if you're interested. And it's just a PayPal link, paypal.me/RissaVibes, and then you can donate whatever. I also have a Cash App link, so you can check any of my videos, and I'll be posting that about after probably about 20 minutes after I post this live, after this live goes officially posted, uploaded. So there's options for that. You can also email me if you want, readingsbyrissa@gmail.com to donate. But thank you so much for offering to donate. That is very, very kind of you. Okay, a couple of other spirit messages before I move on to the astrology and numerology. We choose how far we take our new beginning, our new perspectives, our new energy, and our new emotions. This was a big message from Spirit when I meditated on the energy of this week, is that we really are choosing how far we're going to take this new energy that has been gifted us from the spring equinox and the full moon last week. And all the energy, really, even the Mercury retrograde and the new moon in Pisces, all that energy that we've been feeling into, because we're shifting into a new season, our entire global consciousness is shifting with it. And we have been ascending a lot the last couple of weeks into higher vibration. So with that ascension, we're also gifted this new beginning, this new body, this new being that we're able to enjoy and have, this new healed perspective that we've been given over the past few weeks. And with that, we are now able to choose how deep we take that new beginning, how far we take it. If you've just been offered a new opportunity on a new project to develop something amazing, maybe a new invention or a new marketing system or something like that, then you have the choice of how far you want to go in that, how much you want to put, how much energy you want to put into that, how big of a role you want to play in that project or that opportunity. Same thing for if you're creating something, or if you just walked into a new timeline of your life. Maybe you just got a new home or a new job or a new relationship. How far do you want to take that new beginning? What do you see that new beginning bringing to you? What is the most ideal vision for that new beginning that could bring you this sense of elation and happiness and joy? When you envision what you want to do with your new beginning and all the amazing things you can do with your new beginning, then you allow yourself to really choose how far you want to take it, and if you want to go that far, how deep you want to go, and allow yourself those new perspectives, the new energies, the new emotions to also kind of move in harmony with that as well. All right, last thing is divine intelligence. Divine intelligence, solidarity, and manifestation. Those are the last three key points I'll say for the spirit messages that I received for this week coming up. Divine intelligence, of course, like I talked about with that card for the annual card reading that I did for March, divine intelligence. So we're opening up to sources, divine intelligence. We've been downloading a lot of information, science, technology, a lot of information about ourselves, a lot of new awareness and new perspectives and new knowledge about spirituality and energy, tapping into more of our energetic being and our spiritual connections with source. All of that is divine intelligence. So we've really been soaking that up in so many ways this month. And this is the last week to do it. So allow yourself to tap into any divine intelligence that you haven't had a chance to this month. Anything that you've been curious to study about, anything that you've been interested in learning about, do it this week, because this week is really potent for that energy. And your spirit, your higher self, will really appreciate you coming to the table with this kind of curiosity for more information. Also, we have a sense of solidarity, a sense of being more independent by being really structured and stable in our own energy, being able to recognize our own energetic frequency and how it really helps us grow in our own unique ways on our own individual path. So keeping that sense of independence and motivation and courage and stamina. And also, for the sake of manifestation, all of these energies are coming together. So we're able to be the creators of our own reality. We're able to use our divine intelligence, our solidarity, our ability to see ourselves clearly from that Mercury retrograde and communicate more eloquently and gracefully. We use that to manifest what we want. Remember, our thoughts become things. So whatever we think will happen. So if you're thinking negatively all the time, if you're thinking you can't do something, if you're thinking you're not good enough, if you're thinking you're behind the timeline to do it, or you're just not able to do it, you don't have the resources, then you're manifesting that. So start thinking more positively, and that could be the hardest thing. Trust me, I do it too. I get into my spells where I just can't seem to think good about something. So when you're in those modes, make sure you take a nap, make sure you try to rest it off or meditate it out, or listen to some Abraham Hicks or another motivational speaker that can help you. Listen to some of my IGTV videos on Instagram or any of my content here on YouTube to help give you that sense of inspiration and letting you feel like you're not alone and that you are able to really tap into that confidence of your manifesting powers. All right? My mouth is starting to get tired, so that means I've got to hurry up and get these messages out because I'm starting to fumble through my words, but that's okay. So let's move on now to astrology and numerology. There's not a ton to talk about there, and then we'll pull cards, okay? So the first thing for astrology is on Wednesday, 3/27/2019. Venus is sextile Uranus, which means that we are feeling into a lot more of that loving energy. Venus represents home, family, love. And we also feel into that Uranus energy, the higher mind, the creative mind, the ability to feel into more of your spiritual connection as well, and the mysticism and intuitive aspects of it. So with Venus sextiling Uranus, we are moving into loving, excitement, and creativity, unique creativity with love and beauty as the muse. We're feeling into also a Taurus energy with this Venus sextile Uranus, because Venus rules Taurus and Uranus just moved into Taurus last week until 2026. So we're feeling into a earthly energy about this as well. Taurus is really grounding in that loving excitement and that higher mind perspective, allowing us to feel more of our spiritual connections from Uranus and our mysticism and our intuition, actually grounding into our body and into our physical existence and into our daily life through that Taurus energy. So we're feeling all of that love, bliss, family, romance, sensuality, excitement, creativity, all of that. Okay, so that's going to be on Wednesday. Now we also have Thursday, the 28th. I talked about this a little bit already. This is when Mercury goes direct finally. We've been in a Mercury retrograde since the beginning of March, so we're finally feeling relief from that as we settle in on Thursday to better communication, rest, and more inspiration for charm and elegance in expressing ourselves, understanding other people better. We're able to finally sign contracts again and make commitments after Thursday, because it's really not usually encouraged to do that during Mercury retrograde because of how unexpected things are happening and how tumultuous and chaotic the energy can be during a Mercury retrograde. We usually don't want to sign contracts or make commitments during it. So now on Thursday, with that Mercury retrograde ending, we'll be able to open up to more commitments. We'll be able to feel into our truth and our understanding of what we want moving forward. Okay, also, source energy connection and compassion is going to be a strong one on Thursday as well. We're going to feel into a lot of that sense of compassion, noticing our connection with source, noticing that we have been connected with source the whole time. We are extensions of source, and because of that, everyone is an extension of source, and everything in the world is an extension of source. It has been created by this universal energy. And with that, that means we are connected to it. So when we're connected with source, we also have the ability to move and navigate and mold all of the energy around us and create it, because we're a part of it, because it is us. It is part of us. So we feel into more of that ability to feel that compassion and connection to source. All right, and then lastly, on 3/30 Saturday for numerology, we have a 3/30/2019, which is another 333 portal. This is the third 333 portal of the month. How crazy is that? We had 3/3/2019, which 2019 equals 3. So March 3rd was a 333 portal. Then March 21st, on the spring equinox, when I released my video Junkie, was a 333 portal, because 3, the month of March, and then 2/1/21 is 3, and then 2019 is 3. So that was a 333 portal. And then this week we're having another 333 portal with the 30th. 30 is 3, 2019 is 3, so 333 again. We're feeling into this bliss, and this is an amazing time. These are 3 opportunities to find harmony and balance within mind, body, and soul, to really reawaken ourselves, to rebirth the energy that has been wanting to reawaken within us, and also rebirth that divine intelligence. And so that's really what we are finally fully stepping into. And each of us have probably felt more intense from each portal. So some of you might have been feeling really intensely from the 333 portal, the first one. Some of you might have been feeling really intensely this last 333 portal last week. And some of you might be feeling it really intensely this 333 portal. Or maybe you felt it all three. But either way, it's opportunities for us to find that divine harmony and bliss, and to really step into our power and reawaken all the areas of ourselves that have been dulled or died down over time. So allow yourself to rest, to find balance, to let go of anything that doesn't serve you, anything that you know has been nagging at you, letting you know that you should not be entertaining that energy, or you should not be entertaining that relationship or circumstance or environment. Make sure you pay attention to those signs. If there is something telling you over and over, something deep within, or some signs outside of yourself telling you over and over, don't do this, don't go down this path, it's not good for you, let it go, let it go, let it go, move on, let it go. Make sure you're doing that. Do not wait until the last minute, and don't wait till it's too late, because then you're going to be stuck in a whole nother cycle of doing that same thing that causes that same destructive energy and keeps holding you back from your pure positive potential. So if you feel like you still haven't cleared what you need to let go of, or you still haven't moved on from what you know that you need to, make sure you really put a lot of attention and focus into that this week. And by Saturday, 3:30, you really allow yourself to let go fully. If you need to get an energy cleansing, or you need to do a reading to really clear that out because you're really not sure what it is, you just know that there's still something there, message me, email me readingsbyrissa@gmail.com to set up an energy cleansing or a reading before that time. Allow yourself to put yourself first and your spiritual growth first, and make sure that you're doing the work you need to find balance in the areas you need to, so that you don't get left behind energetically and have to pick up the pieces and speed through the next couple of months when everybody else is really in their vibe and in their balance. So make sure you don't procrastinate, okay? Also, you can do that on your own. You can meditate and let things go. You can do some energy cord cutting. You don't have to reach out to me if you want, but that is just something that I offer so that you can have that sense of support and that guidance and really get that service done, so that you're not stuck in any energy that you haven't let go of that you need to, or stuck in stagnancy at all. Okay. That is all I have for numerology, astrology, and spirit messages. Let's go ahead and take a few deep breaths and pull some cards, shall we? We've got 25 people here on the feed, which is great. That equals 7, which is a great heavenly number. So with all these 25 people together, me included, let's take a nice deep inhale together. Big exhale to relax as a collective. Breathing deeply in, remembering we are doing this for the entire globe, all of those who didn't have time to sit here today and take a breath. We exhale deeply to relax for all of the collective. Next inhale, biggest one yet, opening up to all of the spirit messages for the collective for this week, 324 to 331. With a big exhale to relax fully. We wake up to our divinity here and pull some cards. I got called to pull the Healing with the Angels deck first, so we'll do that. And if you want, you can keep breathing deeply for the collective. Stay in that deep meditative zone as I pull the cards. No worries there. Enjoy it. Soak it up. Make sure you're doing that for yourself throughout the week too, taking deep breaths and sending love and light throughout your body, making sure that you know that that breath that goes through your body is prana and it is healing. So you want to make sure you're taking deep breaths. You want to make sure you're doing that 5 to 10 minutes a day, just to bring some life into your body. We do it naturally. We breathe all the time, but is it focused breath? Is it centered breath? Is it conscious breath? Not always. So we want to make sure we're doing that. Okay, we got 2 cards for the middle of the week. And then I'm also being called to pull the Voyager deck. Spirit Messages has taken a backstage this week. We've been using those cards a lot. Okay, let's figure out what our cards are for this week to get a full reading on this week. The first card that I pulled, forgiveness. Forgiveness. This is big. This is about really moving into our sense of forgiveness of self, and our sense of forgiveness of others. I'm getting a message that this is also really about the Mercury retrograde. Forgiving yourself for any mishaps or miscommunications, any assertive or aggressive communications or aggressive misunderstandings you had throughout this Mercury retrograde. Forgive yourself for that. Know that it was part of that cosmic influence of the Mercury retrograde, and that it also was part of your own teaching, your own lesson from your higher self, and what to improve on for next time. For next time you wind up in a situation of communication in that way. And really forgiving yourself, and also forgiving others for any miscommunications or aggressive communications that they've had on you for the Mercury retrograde. Knowing that it all ends this week, this Mercury retrograde, so we forgive each other for anything that we said or did in that Mercury retrograde that wasn't in alignment with our truth. And we welcome in that forgiveness for the sake of allowing ourselves to heal fully and move forward in divine intelligence. I'm also getting that it's time to forgive ourselves for anything that we haven't gotten accomplished, anything that we haven't fully manifested, anything that we haven't fully believed in ourselves on. Forgiving ourselves so that we can open up fully to that pure positive potential, knowing that we have to clear away self-deprecation, self-sabotage, anger, resentment towards ourselves and that of others in order for us to fully step into our power and for us to fully step into our ability to create our own reality. This is a big one, okay? I released a music video called Junkie on Thursday on 3/21, and it is about forgiveness. I went through a very strong, intense narcotic addiction, and I've been 9 years clean this year, but I had to do a lot of forgiving of myself and the things that I did to myself, to my body, to others, you know, to people I cared about. I had to forgive myself for going down that road. And so a lot of us are doing that. A lot of us are forgiving ourselves for the roads we took, the choices we made, the communications we had with others. And it's so important to do that, because when we forgive, we open up to new capacity of love for ourselves and for others. And that's what moves us into full manifestation of our goals and dreams and desires. So forgiveness is huge. And if you're interested, make sure to watch that music video, Junkie. It's on my YouTube page. It's right here, so you can just click subscribe to my YouTube page. Make sure to tap the bell for notifications so you know when I have new content. And check out Junkie. It's right there. It's got a red cover photo that says Junkie on it. And it's a pretty intense video, I will say. It's definitely a trigger warning, but it is got a powerful, profound message about how we can always overcome those kind of struggles. So if you're dealing with that, make sure that you forgive yourself, because that's the first step to recovery, is forgiveness. Okay? All right, next card for the middle of the week with the Archangels, the Angels of Atlantis deck, hope. We're tapping into our hope. We're feeling hopeful. We're feeling so excited for the new beginnings that we've landed in this week. We're feeling excited for new possibilities. We're feeling really capable of the impossible becoming possible with that last card last week from Isis. So we're really, really feeling into our support. This is also a root chakra card. So we're feeling into our support in the root chakra, the earth energy of Gaia supporting us, rising up to support us, letting us know that we have solid foundation beneath us to support us and keep us stable, and knowing that our independence, especially this week, since we are feeling into more of that solidarity and independence, our independence is also supporting us, and that with our independent hope in ourselves and in the things that we want to create, it will absolutely come to fruition. Pure hope as well. No hope that is polluted with negative thoughts or, oh, well, this could be cool. I would really hope for this to happen, but I don't really know if it's going to. None of that. It has to be pure hope. It has to be, I know this is going to happen. I am so hopeful for this to happen. It's going to be amazing. I have so much support from my guides, and I know that this desire was implanted in my heart, and this creation is ready to go and ready to become real. And I hope that everyone will see that clearly. So we want to have that pure hope, okay? Second card for the middle of the week. Wow, this is a beautiful card from Archangel Michael, Enchantment. When we have enchantment, we are able to feel our mysticism, our magic, our intuition, our spiritual connection with Source, and our ability to completely create all that we desire by recognizing the beauty in the world and how the source energy connects with everything. This is also a crown chakra card with that purple. So really tapping into our source connection, knowing that we are an extension of source and allowing ourselves to fully move into this essence of enchantment, seeing the magic in everything that we do, everything that we're around, everything that we're a part of, choosing to see that magic by being positive, choosing to look for the magic. So many of us want to see magic in our lives, but are we choosing to look for it? Are we going outside and saying, let me see some magic right now? What magical thing is happening around me? If you're not going outside and saying that to yourself and being deliberate in it, you're going to pass by the beautiful nest of birds that are chirping. You're going to pass by the little lizard that's crawling on the wall. You're going to pass by the butterflies circling around the meadow. So you want to make sure that you're paying attention and you're deliberately looking for the enchantment and allowing yourself to see it. Because when you see that stuff, that's when that heart lifts and you feel like a kid again. You feel excited and curious and adventurous and happy and joyful and blissful. And that's what's really going to help more of that manifestation come through for this week as well. And somebody just said their feet were vibrating. That is totally a sign of that root chakra that we were talking about. You're feeling that earth energy coming up to support you, grounding you in. So that's a great, great, great feeling. Oh, yes. And Shadow Keaton says they just had a walk outside and that it felt just like that. So yes, connecting with nature, allowing yourself to see the enchantment, that's going to help you stay in that beautiful divine harmony that comes with that mind, body, and spirit balance. Okay. Last card of the week for 3/24 to 3/31. The last actual card for March, I should say, is Hierophant. Hierophant. Now this is a great card. This is very similar to a priestess energy, but it's more than that. It's got a sense of divine wisdom and divine feminine energy. It has a sense of being able to be a shaman, to be spiritual in practice, rituals and magic. It also has an energy of initiation spiritually, being able to know that we have evolved, we have been ascending in our vibration, and now we are reaching a higher vibration. The Hierophant, we're stepping in to a higher frequency, we're stepping into a new vibration through this ability to be introspective, self-respective, and independent in our magic. This is such a great, great card. So yes, if you are already feeling into the priestess energy or the shaman energy, or feeling more spiritually inclined to do spiritual work and learn about that, this is where that divine intelligence is really making its statement this week, letting us know this is the last week, one of the last weeks that the divine intelligence energy is so potent for us to tap into. So if you have interest, I'm going to give you a closer look because this card is so cool. If you have interests in spirituality or understanding or new study, if you have interests in learning more about your own spiritual connection to your guides or to your own intuitive gifts, then now is the time to really tap into that divine intelligence. Also tapping into the ancestral energy. We're feeling ancestors here, a lot of ancestral energy of ancient civilizations, knowing where you come from, what your spirit is guiding you to do with that, with those ancestral roots, and understanding more of how that can help you through your own interests and passions and desires in your life. That's what it's all about with the Hierophant. So that's the end of the card. So tapping into the divine intelligence, also with that 333 portal at the end of the week, that's what this is talking about as well. Letting go of anything that's not serving you, really clearing out the energy that doesn't serve so that you can fully step into your new spiritual power. You can't move on to the next level of spiritual growth if you're still holding on to things in the past or things that represent where you're at right now. You can't move forward. So let that go, find balance, get that divine intelligence, and enjoy it. So let's review real quick. First card of the week, forgiveness. Forgive yourself and others. Forgiveness from all of the energy that happened in the Mercury retrograde, and also forgiving anything in the past that doesn't serve you. And forgiveness of things that you did in the past that doesn't serve you too. Then the middle of the week, finding hope and seeing the enchantment of the world. And this is beautiful, these two together, because it's the root chakra, the earth energy, matching and pairing, I should say pairing, with the crown chakra energy, the energy of the cosmos. So we've got that beautiful polarity, just like a Merkaba coming together to give us a beautiful chariot of energy to protect us and to keep us moving in our higher purpose. And then lastly, the Hierophant, moving into that higher purpose, into that initiation, spiritual growth, and that divine wisdom and divine intelligence with the Hierophant. Okay? I love you all so much. Couple of quick announcements. Please make sure to go watch my new music video if you haven't already. I think it will be a really great energy to tap into. It's a creative representation of really what we've all been going through over the past couple of weeks of letting go and forgiving ourselves and really understanding the shadow side of ourselves so that we can accept it and move forward and become more of the light that we are by really recognizing what we are capable of in every sense of the spectrum. So that's my music video, Junkie. It is about substance abuse because that was my personal journey with my shadow side and my dark night of the soul. But this is about not just substance abuse addiction, but also addiction to toxic relationships, addiction to self-deprecating behaviors, addiction to self-sabotage, addiction to depression and anxiety, and to dealing with those energies and surrendering to those energies instead of rising above it. So this video is about rising above and how to rise above, and you can tell in the lyrics and the video that it is an absolutely positive and profound song and video, so please check it out. It is the most recent video posted here on my YouTube page other than this video, and it is very near and dear to my heart, so I would really like it to be shared with as many people as possible. There is a hotline at the end for substance abuse addiction, and there's a really cool kind of ending that I really hope all of you stay to watch until the end so that you can see it, because it's like one that's really personal and dear to my heart, so I really want you to see the ending of it too. So watch it all the way through, share it with people who need it, share it with people who are struggling with things, and also share it with people who have overcome their own battles so that they can remind themselves of how strong they are and how amazing it is to look back and see how far they've come. I also really want to make this video viral, so if you know anybody in the music industry or any big influencers on social media, make sure to send Junkie to them as well, or any of my other music videos. I have a whole playlist set up on this page under Rissa Vibes music videos. You can send my music out to people. I really want the conscious music wave to be a mainstream wave, so let's try to do that together by sharing it and tagging people in all of this content. Also, if you're in Arizona, I do a channel and chill event every month where I channel messages from divine spirit. Any spirit can come through, archangels, ETs, ascended masters, all of it. So, except for darkness, I don't channel darkness, so you all know, no darkness, I'm all light. But so I do that every month, and this month we'll be doing it on 3/30, so that 333 portal, the last 333 portal of the month, I'll be doing a channel and chill event here in Arizona in Scottsdale. So check it out if you're interested at Abundant Space from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. on 3/30 at Abundant Space. It's only $20 at the door or prepaid. And if you don't remember this information, just email me readingsbyrissa@gmail or readingsbyrissa at Readings by Rissa on Instagram, and you can find me there. And then if you need a personal reading, like I said, I will do that for you as well. So if any of you need a personal reading, an energy cleansing, a way to find out what you need to let go of or to get balanced in areas that you just can't put your finger on what's going on with you, let's get that done as soon as possible so that you can really tap into the divine energy that is swimming around us all and enjoy it fully. Okay? I love you all. I'll be posting this video and I'll be making sure to keep you posted on all of the energy throughout the week on my Instagram. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Readings by Rissa, because I do energy videos and motivational videos, inspirational videos on my IGTV to help navigate the energy of the week that we talk about in these readings. So that can help you stay on track and in alignment throughout the whole week if you follow me at Readings by Rissa and check out those IGTV videos. Okay? I'm getting off my soapbox now. I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. Make sure to love yourself, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. Know that we are all from the same source, and it is so important for us to maintain that compassion. I love